Okay, that's enough of that. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so I'm the red truck. Keep your eyes on the red truck. So the goal of this game is to obviously come in first, but that fucking silver truck is really fast in this version of the game. So coming in first all the time is pretty unlikely. Right now I'm trying to stay ahead of blue. Game's being super generous with the money power-ups. Okay, so silver won the race, but that's fine. I got second place, and I picked up a lot of bonus money. So if you look at the winnings, I actually got more money than the guy in first place just from picking up all the cash power-ups. The name of the game here, this game loops indefinitely. So in order to beat the game, it was decided that you get maximum truck stats. You max out your truck so that there's nothing else you can get. And then you get 99 nitros, meaning there's nothing else left for you to buy. You have complete max stats and maximum nitros, and that means you've done all there is to do in the game. So yeah, getting ahead of silver is really hard. You almost have to have nitros to burn to catch up to him, which I, of course, do not have. Because I'm spending my winnings on car upgrades. Although sometimes you can see there are nitros that appear on the course as power-ups you can pick up. And the way the power-ups work is every time they appear, they increment by 1 step. So that money bag I picked up was worth $10,000. The next money bag that appears will be worth 20, and then 30 and 40 and so forth and so on. Same with nitros. That's worth 2 nitros because we already had 1 appear. So the next nitro that appears gives you 3 nitros, then 4 nitros. I think it caps at 5 though. Big Dukes. This game makes me have to take a Big Duke. So I have to catch up to blue because blue got ahead of me. So I spent a nitro doing that. Blue got ahead of me again. There we go. We're in second again. I'm good. I took a Big Duke before the stream. This is my favorite course. I can usually get first without needing to use any boosts on this. Let's see if I can do it. About to lap yellow. Nope, yellow pulled ahead. Nope, there we go. I won. It's just that simple. So we're back on Huevos Grande. So here's the part of the playthrough, or the speedrun, where I mention how this game works. There are 16 tracks in this game, because the original arcade featured 8, and then, and then there was the arcade track pack, which featured an additional 8, for 16 total tracks. And the SNES version is really the complete version, because it features all 16 tracks in rotation. And you have 16 tracks forward and backwards, and then forward and backwards with the little hay bale hazards on there. The hay bales are unique to the SNES version. No other version of Super Off-Road has those. So you get 64 total tracks if you count them all as separate tracks. And we are not going to see anywhere near 64 tracks in this playthrough. So now we're back on Sidewinder, but now you might notice we're going in the other direction. Damn it, I shouldn't have sped away there. I could have got that 4 nitro power-up. The game's being really generous with items. I don't want to jinx it. But this is the part where I point out that most tracks have what's called a bad spawn for the item, where if it appears there, it means it's not worth going out of your way to get. And going to get it means you'll probably fall behind. Yeah, that's the bad spawn for this track, where that nitro appeared up there in that upper area. Not where you want it to be. So I guess I jinxed it. I think I got third that race. I was trying to pull ahead of yellow, but I didn't want to use any nitros. If you use yeah, I got third. If you use the nitro and then rear end someone, it actually expends the nitro on their truck. So I try not to ram into anyone whenever I'm about to try to use a nitro. I want to make sure I'm in the clear. Damn. Really giving me all these nitros here. I'm gonna use some of them to pull ahead. Obviously, you want to use, yeah, there's no bikini version for this. Only the arcade version. Only the arcade version. Obviously, you don't really want to use your nitros because you need to have 99 of them to finish the run. But sometimes you have to use a couple to stay in the lead or stay ahead of fourth place. Getting fourth place is a game over. Not for the AI trucks, though, because they just come back non-stop, but still. Oh, I missed that money bag. Oh well. Only 20,000 bucks. In case you're wondering what the power-ups do, acceleration and top speed, those are pretty self-explanatory. But wheels, you notice that sometimes there's like sand and there's water and stuff on the tracks. Wheels will reduce the effect of slowdown that these different track environments have on your vehicle. And then you notice that there's jumps and bumps and, you know, potholes and stuff on some of the other tracks. Shocks will reduce the effect that those have on your truck as well. So you notice I'm just kind of flying around these corners here in most stages because these speed bumps do nothing to stop me. The truck just kind of just barrels through. That's because I've maxed out my shocks and tires. I do that first because changes in terrain are pretty common in courses, and it helps me stay the course and keep on track. This track is literal garbage. I think I got third again. Blaster is a really hard track because there's so many places where you can actually go backwards or go off the course if you hit something the wrong way. It's very execution based. I'm getting swept away by trucks. Okay, for some reason the yellow truck is actually holding its own pretty well out here. Usually the yellow truck is like way in last place. So I don't know what type of performance enhancer the yellow truck is on, but it's got me worried. We all know silver usually cheats. So the item spawn that we just got is not necessarily a bad spawn, it's just difficult to go after. I managed to grab it on the way over. It's just kind of tricky. It's easier to get when you run the track backwards because you're already heading that direction. I usually start this course by burning up a nitro. That way I can just barrel around this turn and not get caught up on the other trucks because they tend to bunch up at the beginning. Okay, yellow is definitely on the juice. Yellow's definitely cheating. Rio Trio, which is Spanish for Rio 3. Right off the bat, we kind of got the crappy item spawn for this course, though, so I'm not really going to go after it. Never mind. Oh, fuck. Okay, this is bad. Okay, I had to burn up several nitros. I managed to get collided with, and I spun around. But I hung on to third. This game is a lot of fun in two-player mode, which is how Reflex and I usually played it. One player's the red truck, 2 players the blue truck, and it doesn't support 4 players. Even though there's 4 trucks on the screen, the arcade lets you play as red, blue, and yellow. You can't play as the silver truck. I don't think any port of this game allows you to play 4 players, which is kind of lame. It would be cool to get 4 players on this game. I can see this being a fun party game. And the trucks look like little Hot Wheels, or little micro machines or whatever. That's why I like this game. It's a Micro Machines game that's more fun than Codemaster's Micro Machines. I don't know if someone was working on a ROM hack of Bible Fae. If there's one out there, I want to play it. Because I'm not saying I'm getting tired of all the levels that are in Bible Fae, because we still see ones we haven't seen yet. But I would like to see what's new. There's also a ROM hack in the works for MC Kids, but I don't know how much progress has been made on that. I'm in the Discord for it, but I only ever post on the Gatorbox Discord, so I don't know. The perspective in this track is kind of fucky. It's really easy to hit that wall near the finish line right there, because it's hard to see where the other side of that hill is. So right off the bat, we got the bad item spawn here. This level has an alternate route. You see Silver taking it right now. You have to burn a couple of nitros if you take the inside route. Maybe we should make a ROM hack of Bible Buffet. What do we call it? Gator Buffet? Bible Buffet, except every level is Pizza Land. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna move there someday. I'm gonna live in Pizza Land. That was stupid of me. I just kind of juked in there and picked up the money bag. I'm liking these names. Gator Gumbo, Ice Road Trucker Buffet. Okay, now you know we're taking a long time because we usually don't see Boulder Hill. The AI hates this course though. So do I though. I can't stand it. Uh-oh. No! No! Oh, fuck. I think I just got last. Yeah, I did. That's okay. We just get to see more of Super Off-Road. Yeah, Yellow getting all those second place finishes really threw me off. He's about to get another one. Stop giving Gray all the money. He doesn't need it. He's like a billionaire. Eat the rich. Oh boy. I suppose this level's kind of tricky. You can go around these corners any direction you want, but if you don't go around them the same way as the AI and you go opposite the AI, there's a chance you're going to run into them. And that'll just spin you out. Give me an awful lot of nitros. Shit like that happens, where I was hitting silver and he was coming towards me. Leaping lizards! Oh, fuck. Leaping lizard sounds like a Bubsy phrase. That's something Bubsy would say. I wish this course had lizards on it. Yeah. It says leaping lizards right there on the box. No lizards. It's a ripoff. I think Blue just snuck up and got that money bag from me. Dick. I went wide, picked up the 40 grand, and that cost me a place in the race, so really I lost $10,000. Okay, this track is called Shortcut. Whatever you do, do not take the shortcut. It's not worth it. Silver took the shortcut, now he's in last. Of course, now he's burning up nitros to get in not last. Yellow was getting lapped by people because Yellow kept taking the shortcut. Okay, we're making it. The game is generous with the money bag power-ups. This could be the last race. I was right there. I was about to grab 20 large. Okay, Big Dukes. This is going to be the last race. Probably. As long as I don't have to spend too many nitros. Okay, you guys ready? That's time. I can't buy any more, so I've got 99 nitros. Most races finish on the race results screen where you upgrade your truck. That took several minutes longer than it usually does because I got that game over and I had to continue. I think you get a couple continues, I think, depending on how good you play. But yeah, that was scary. That was scary. It's not like that one year where I think I actually did get a game over and we had to mercy kill Super Off-Road. And it's not like the arcade version either, where when you get a game over, you can just continue from where you are and immediately get like 100,000 free dollars. You don't lose your upgrades, you don't lose your nitros, you basically get $100,000 for the credit, and you dump that money into your truck. Which is the reason why arcade speedruns of this game are not fun to watch, because people found out that it's faster to just throw a race and then continue, and throw a race and continue, and just spend all your points that way. So there's very little gameplay in the Super Off-Road arcade speedruns, except for me, because I prefer to play the game like a real man. What can I say? What can I say? Anyways, this was the SNES version. So the console port will eventually penalize you for getting 4th place too many times. I think you get 1 continue, and if you play well and you pass the next few races, you get another continue, and that'll keep in perpetuity. But if you get a continue and then you continue right again, you get a game over instead, and it kicks you back to the title screen. So that's Super Off-Road. You know, this game is really special to me because when Reflex was really young, I had a copy of this for SNES. Because I've always kind of liked this game. It's always been fun to me. The little trucks, they zoom around. It's really fun to watch. And it's fun to play. It's really arcadey. And I had a copy of it that I bought at like a GameStop or something a long time ago. And Reflex used to love watching the trucks, you know, cruise around and go, you know, drive around on the track. And when he was old enough to really understand how to play video games, this was one of the first games that I remember playing with him. And he loved it. And that's the thing, is that if you play 2-player mode and player 2 is not very good and they get 4th place, player 1 is always going to stay in because player 1 is always going to get at least 3rd place. So as long as one person finishes in the top 3, both people advance through to the next round. So he never lost, so he could always enjoy playing the game every level. Even if he wasn't good at the game, he could still play it. And I would usually, you know, mop the floor with them because I would get 1st place or, you know, 2nd place because of the silver truck. And I remember we used to play this game so much that we would max out the trucks, and the money we would have on hand would be like in the millions. We'd just play this game non-stop for like 2 hours and have a great time with it. And we'd have so much cash on hand that we couldn't even spend, that it's just ridiculous. So this is a good game. You know, Super Off-Road, we featured it every single year as part of our Extra Life Marathon. And that's because this game is for Reflex. You know, we're raising money for the hospital that saved his life, and this game has sentimental value to me, so that's why this is always on the schedule, and it's always going to be on the schedule every year. Even if you're sick of seeing Super Off-Road, I'm not sick of playing it. So we're going to have Super Off-Road on the schedule. And I like to mix it up. You guys know, for a few years we did the arcade version of Super Off-Road. I went back to Super NES because this is the one that I grew up playing, and it's the one I'm most familiar with. So that's why I put this one back on the schedule. Because it's been a few years since we played this one for the marathon. And I figure, why the hell not? Put it back on the schedule. There we go. It is fun to watch Fen of the Dead. It's chaotic in a fun way, watching the trucks just cruise around and go beep beep, just cruising around. Little course, the whole course fits on the screen, and you got these little micro machines trucks that just cruise around and go do the figure eights and go over the jumps and run through the water. It's great. It's great fun. You know, I can't recommend this game enough. So it's worth it. And again, this is one of those games that isn't really worth anything. So, I mean, you can easily emulate this. I recommended Blast Corps yesterday because N64 emulation is still kind of spotty. So I don't know what the emulation is like for Blast Corps, but we're running this on an emulator right now. But if you're one of those people who likes to play on real hardware, or you're looking for good games to bolster out your SNES collection, guys, Super Off-Road's right here. This game is like $5 or $10. It's not worth a whole lot of money. It's a great play. It's a great arcade game, and really, like I said, the SNES version is the definitive version of this game. It contains both the tracks from the original and the track pack for the arcade, and you get to play them all at the same time. Usually with the arcade versions, you only get those 8 or those 8, and you have to pick which set you want to play. So you get all 16 in this version without having to change games, and you get them front ways and back ways, and you get the exclusive versions where they have the hay bales for added challenge. So again, like I said, you get 64 different tracks essentially. No other Super Off-Road port comes anywhere close to that. This game is phenomenal. So pick yourself up a copy of it if you don't already have it. If you're watching this Extra Life video and you made it this far and you've seen how many times we featured this in previous years and you still haven't played Super Off-Road, find a way to play it. Either download it or buy yourself a copy. You'll be glad you did. Hey, thanks for checking out Gatorbox on YouTube. We really appreciate it. If you like what you saw and you want to kick around with us live, follow us on Twitch because we do this several times during the week. And if you want to support this channel, you can do so by subscribing right here on YouTube, following or subscribing over on Twitch, or even making a pledge on Patreon. Your support over the years has been tremendous. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video right here on Gatorbox.